Access to good universal health care in this country is very difficult for many people, unless, of course, you happen to be on an expensive medical aid. You have to wait in queues for often substandard attention. So step in the doctors who are social entrepreneurs who are trying to change that and bring a more effective holistic approach to the profession. Dr. Dulcy, how do you become a doctor and a social entrepreneur?
Because I think it's the mission and life's purpose, when one knows from childhood that I want to provide access to quality health services. I couldn't obviously articulate it like that from childhood, but it's just growing up in an environment where you see there is a scarcity of medical services, and there's a lot of people, the township and the villages around it, everyone relying on one doctor.
So how did you get to that point of visualizing it? Yes. Even though you didn't really know what it was, to where you are today?
I think it was just about my grandmother saying to me, you need to grow up and become a doctor so I don't have to stand in this long queue. So I think that was it, so my purpose was determined at that point.
Right. How long did you study to become a doctor? What did you qualify as? Yes. And then where did the social entrepreneurship come in?
Okay, so I studied first the medical degree at Wits University, and then afterwards, after working in a rural village called Morokweng, where a lot of the guys were leaving the area to work in the mines, I studied occupational health so that I can start having an impact on mine workers in South Africa because of the illnesses related to that. And when the World Cup was coming, I studied sports medicine. And with sports medicine, because I worked with soccer players, and athletes as well, I was now seeing the impact of lifestyle choices, healthy eating and exercises, and now applying those in my everyday patients. And then from there, realizing that I want to make this a national thing, then I studied an MBA as a business degree. Wow. To be able to put everything together.
And has it been worth all of that stuff?
It has been worth it. I think entrepreneurship comes with difficulties, more so social entrepreneurship, because it is more about the passion and the mission than it is about, the financial gain, so to speak. As much as the financial gain is important to keep the social side sustainable, so it is that difficulty, but just achieving, the mission daily and just seeing the difference that makes in people's lives keeps me.
Yes, I was going to say it must be incredibly rewarding. What is your most rewarding story?
My rewarding stories are more around my employees, seeing the things that they can achieve while realizing what they are working on. Like every time when we have like team building type events, I say to them, remember, you guys are responsible for giving South African access to quality health services. I think that in itself, is enough to light a fire, inside everyone. And patients coming back and saying, you made such a difference, to me. I was able to share like these, some of the learnings I got from you with my family, and we are seeing a difference in how healthy we are.
So how did you start UCare? Tell us, you've got 4 now,
yes,
and you say that the investment is starting to come in, but it must have been pretty hard finding money for this initially.
It is hard to find money because, like I say, you have to attract an investor that is also attracted by the mission and purpose. Because if someone is going to come in and just want to look at the bottom line, then this does not make sense. This does not have the impact that it wants to have. So we called the business UCare when we started, because the U was about you as a person, saying we are empowering the patient. We are putting the patient at the center of their own health care. And because they are in charge, they come to us, for the right assistance. But ultimately, the buck stops with the patient.
Okay, tell us how it works. What is there a payment system here, and how you make it so holistic and integrated?
All right, so it is about access to affordable, health services, looking at the fact that, especially in South Africa, you have less than 15% of the population having access to comprehensive medical aid. So a lot more of the people rely on taking money out of their pocket, to access healthcare. So first thing was to make that affordable. So for around 300 rand, someone is able to get consultation and medication, as a package. We call it a capitation type model. And when we do work with medical aids, we don't charge co-payments and things like that, because people already pay for the medical aid every month. It is very difficult for them to now also have extra cash lying around, So it is about providing that as affordable, but we also make sure that all our consultations are about teaching. And like I said, when we say we put the patient in control of their health, they can only do that when they have comprehensive information.
If somebody wants to become a doctor and or a social entrepreneur, what's your advice to them?
I think the first advice is do it for love. If you feel that you are passionate about this and you love it, you are able to do it. Obviously, choose the right courses like physics, maths, and make sure you pass, to be able to go into university. But for you to be the doctor that people will love and identify with, it has to come from love within you.
Okay.
Entrepreneurship in itself is not easy. More so social entrepreneurship, because it is about your passion and your purpose and what difference you want to make. It is very important to be profitable, yes, but more than anything, you need to be making sure that you are making the difference that you have promised to be making.